Welcome to the Safety Culture Onboarding Series. Safety Culture Training is an application that focuses on micro-learning content to help organizations train on company standards, procedures, skills training, and professional development. This includes access to a course library with over 1,000 different courses, free to import into your account. With this comes an authoring tool to edit most of these courses, create your own from scratch, or convert an existing document you have. There are also a number of engagement tools, including certifications, leaderboards, and discussion boards, that are available to drive more users to continue coming back and utilizing the training. Additionally, administrators have access to the analytics to track completion and progress of all the courses being completed. Now let's get into training and demo using the Safety Culture web app. So now let's dive into the Safety Culture training demo. First, we'll click on training here on the left-hand side, and that will pop us into Safety Culture training. We can see here at the top, learn, content, engage, facilitate. We'll dive deeper into those all in a second, but what we'll first do is create a course. We could browse the course library here in the top right. We can go ahead and hit that plus sign and create a course. We could create a course with AI, which we'll do today, but also know you could convert a document or create blank. Let's go ahead and create a course with AI. I will populate here, and let's use the manufacturing requirements to see what AI comes up with. As this generates a training, we'll start to think about what kind of content we want and essentially what types of quizzes and how we want this to be from an end user experience. As this populates, we can see here on the right-hand side now the content has created. We'll go into the importance of the manufacturing tab, some of the body here, and on the right, if this isn't exactly what we wanted, we could update the content itself. We could add content here. We could update anything essentially on the fly that would be reflected on the mobile view here. The next thing we'll do is click the plus next to the lessons. Within the lessons, if we wanted to do standard AI lessons, discussion, assignment, practical, or meeting, obviously a lot there. Just knowing within this course content creation, we could update the type of content that we have in this understanding basics. The next thing we'll do is go to this plus and add a new slide. Say there's a bit more we wanted to add to this content, and we could go here and create teach content. We could use text, an image, or a video. Or if there's something else we wanted to quiz the field on, we could create that here with AI, multiple choice, or numbers. We can also add the engage element with games or feedback. So now we're good to go here in terms of the content. We feel comfortable with this training course. Let's go ahead and set this up. As we can see here, we could update the course title, we could add a description, and we can also change the course type. Today, let's make this course mandatory and update a completion date. Let's say we want this to be due 30 days after it's assigned. We can also toggle on the type of delivery. From a group training perspective, if we wanted this to be done in a group setting, collaborative, engaging, in that sense, we can as well. In terms of completion, we can add a completion certificate as well. Within Safety Culture Training, adding that digital certificate upon completion. The next thing here, we could add a briefcase. If we wanted to add documents, kind of corresponding PDFs or requirements, something that could be a standards or a compliance type setting, we could add that to the briefcase as well. And then the last part here is if your company needs this to be translated, we can also do that within the course content itself. Let's say we're good to go here in terms of the setup, and let's go to publish. So now that we're looking to publish, we need to think about who we want to assign this to. Let's say for this content, we just need to assign this to the United States. We'll go ahead and search. And we can assign this to anyone with the United States site. We'll go ahead and save and publish this now, but know that we could also do this at a later date. So publish now, so we can see that we're live. There's multiple different options here outside of the field receiving this inbox with anyone assigned to the United States. We could also download a QR code to share, or we could copy a link and send that out as well. With this, just showing the diversity and how we can get the field to understand this training should be done. So that's all for the course content creation. The next thing we'll talk about is the engagement tab. As we can see here on the top, we can go ahead and click engage. We can see things like achievements and banners. We'll go to achievements first, where we could set up achievements and create them for our field to kind of reach certain expertise or things like beginner by completing a course. The next thing we'll talk about is banners. With banners, we could edit those and change the display on how we want them to be ordered in the app. So going back to the top, the next thing we'll look at is the Facilitate tab. Clicking Facilitate, we can see a subset of dropdowns there, things like practical assessments, group training, discussions, and assignment. Let's go into group training and see what that looks like. Clicking the group training, we could go in and create this safe use of machinery and set that up for a group. We could add attendees here in the top right, and again, using that QR code, we could use that as a sharing option as well. We could share this to specific individuals, or we could share this to a group as well. This session would populate live and people would be able to take the training in that live session virtually. So the last thing we'll look at here is the Analytics tab. Diving into Analytics, we could look at the performance dashboard, we could look at courses completed by user, training matrix, we could also send surveys. Let's go ahead and look at the performance dashboard here. On the top, we can see the overview of all the courses assigned, courses completed, and average completion rate. We can dive deeper into the courses themselves here, and we can see how many lessons there are, how many are mandatory, and things like enrolled and unopened. We can also look at them from a group level. We can see what group or user groups have been assigned, which courses, and track their progress here. The last thing we can look at is a very macro level. We can look at the specific users and see those courses that are assigned, their progress, overdue, and anything is recently active. So after looking at the performance dashboard, we'll go back to the Learn tab to wrap this up. On the top, we'll click Learn, and this will be any content for myself that is to be consumed by me, both paths, what's up next, and any other training that has been assigned to me or my group. So we can scroll down and see those up next, and we'll dive into this deeper in the end user training to see what this looks like from a course completion. So as you can see, Safety Culture Training is a robust platform that can create content and cater to the creative needs of your organization and training setups.